think it's funny that there were people taking videos of the shooter, like getting ready on top of the roof, and they weren't that far from where Trump was standing. I mean, people could see the dude on the roof and also see Trump or the stage. So there wasn't that big of a gap or distance between where the shooter was and where Trump was. You would think the cops would also be able to see that, or the Secret Service, and be like, yeah, there's a dude that we've never seen with a gun pointed at people. We should probably do something about this.
Assassination attempt on the former president is on everyone's mind here in Milwaukee, and tonight CBS News has learned new details about the shooter. He went to a gun range near Pittsburgh in the days before the shooting, and just hours ahead of the rally, he bought a box of ammunition for his father's AR-style rifle. Still, there's no word on motive, even though investigators have cracked the gunman's cell phone. CBS's Scott McFarland reports questions are mounting tonight about the security breakdown.
Happened.
CBS News has learned the Secret Service did not sweep the building the shooter used to fire on the former president. Even though it had a direct line of sight to the stage, it was outside the security perimeter. But a local sniper team was inside the building at the time of the shooting.
There he is.
New video shows people in the crowd were pointing to the man on the roof at least 2 minutes before the first shot was fired.
Yeah, like people were telling cops that there's a dude on the roof, and nothing happened, which is pretty wild. You would think it'd be like, oh, there's a dude on the roof with a gun pointed at Trump. We should do something. But they probably saw it as a white guy and be like, oh, that's a good person. Because if it was a black guy, the cops would have immediately attacked this dude for having a gun.
13 seconds before the shooter opens fire, people run away from the building. Former President Trump was on the stage a little more than 400 feet away, where two sets of sniper teams behind him point their rifles in the direction of the shooter, appearing to spot something before the first shot rings out. The sniper teams open fire.
I mean, those snipers probably should have done something beforehand, being the fact that they could see this pointing a gun at Trump. But I mean, I guess since it's an open carry in the state that they were in, and you're allowed to have an AK, I guess they just decided to wait until he was firing so that they could fire back. I mean, when right-wingers want the law to be that anybody and everybody can carry an AK-47 around, I mean, police really can't stop you if you just have it.
Fire, killing the would-be assassin.
I think entities, state and local, they are largely maybe operating on a different radio channel than the Secret Service.
The Secret Service was relying on local police to fill out part of its specialized protective units.
When I looked up, I saw blood on the podium, and I knew immediately.
John Abel was in the stands behind former President Trump when the shooting began.
At any point in the time since then, you asked yourself, how could this possibly happen? How could this be such a failure?
Yeah, that was.
How could this possibly happen? Well, guns are pretty available to everybody. I mean, this dude just took his AK-47, which is a reason why you should have your guns locked up, and decided to shoot a person. I mean, people do this all the time, where they get a gun and decide to shoot people. Right-wingers don't care about people being shot until it's Trump.
That was the only thing that's going through my mind for the last 48 hours. It just didn't make any sense to me. And it still doesn't make sense to me how they allowed this to happen at all.
One person in the crowd was killed, and two others critically injured.
Do you feel like...
I mean, they're Trump supporters, so is it that sad? I mean, if you're going to a Trump rally, it definitely show that you're all about, freedom and rights. I wouldn't be surprised if the people that got injured were Nazis.
Somebody let you down?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
CBS News has learned one of the 2 wounded rally attendees, 74-year-old James Copenhagen, is recovering from wounds to the stomach and to the leg. As for this rally site, it remains an active crime scene. The FBI is still combing through and just...
Well, it's not it's not left-wingers that are dangerous like right-wingers want to claim. It's the right-wingers dangerous. You got right-wingers committing right-wing on right-wing violence, white-on-white violence. You got a white dude shooting white people. Maybe the right-wingers